welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. We are active on Twitch. We're active on IG Live. What's going on here? And of course, this is a run back on YouTube. So thank you to everyone on YouTube that has already subscribed and followed. Appreciate you. Thank you very, very, very much. It is very much appreciated. What up, Gemini Smiley? You're the first contestant back on Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. Let me know if you can hear me, because I was on here, like I said before, and they said they couldn't hear me, and I don't know if it's because of the topic that we're getting ready to talk about. It may stir the pot a little bit too much, so give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. And then we will proceed. I shall proceed. Thank you, Gemini Smiley. All right. So hopefully we won't get censored. But are you familiar with rapper Little Mama? She, did the whole thing where she went on stage with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. I don't want to talk about it because I don't know if I'm being censored. But anyway, she caught some backlash from doing that. So she is now catching some backlash online for, I don't want to say suggesting, the website said suggesting, this blog site said suggesting, I want to say she made a comment underneath a post. So she is under fire for basically liking a post that said there's that I guess she didn't say per se. She said, okay, I'm going to let you hear the audio. The audio will better explain it. What up, OC baby? I don't know if I know you're familiar with rapper. Welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. I know you're familiar with rapper Lil Mama. Well, she's catching some backlashes for, I would say she liked a post. Basically, the post was suggesting that there's a LGBTQ agenda to depopulate the planet. So hopefully they'll let me play this, because like I said, I was on here and it might be too sensitive.
We can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it. Look at it for what the purpose is. Be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same sex can still procreate. No, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get another woman pregnant. A man cannot get a man pregnant. A man does not have a womb. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want.
All right. So I'm not going to play this audio too much again, because I don't know if I'm being censored or not. But you heard the clip. So Little Mama, she did make a comment. And she said, or is the gov pushing it through the LGBT? That's a good question. So like I said, she's catching some backlash for, I would say she liked the posts, but according to this site, they're saying she co-signed it. Thoughts? Gemini Smiley said he's speaking facts. Okay, why do you feel like that, Gemini Smiley? Just curious. Like I said, this is a real touchy one today. So please, we're gonna keep it cute and we're gonna respect all parties today, okay? On Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. Thank you, please, and thank you. But yeah, why do you feel like that? Why do you feel like he's speaking facts? I'm going to be honest, this is my first time hearing anything of that sort. Because I don't want us to get censored. I thought what had happened, and we had gotten shut down was to basically depopulate. I'm just saying. But, what are your thoughts on what this gentleman just said? And I guess I know she made a comment, but it seems like folks always go after the wrong folks. Like, instead of going after the person that made the comment, and I don't know who this man is, I don't know. Gemini Smiley said, we're having too many babies, not enough food. They're making fake everything to feed us. I mean, when I went, and you ain't lying, Gemini Smiley, chicken breasts, they give you 2 in a pack for I'm in Georgia, so $6-7 maybe you pay for 2 big chicken breasts, but they be huge, like they on steroids. So I understand what you're talking about, yeah. And then it's making the babies, 10 times, yeah, and borderline diabetic, some of these babies. Mama said the Bible does say a man should not, lay with a man. But, I mean, to go back to this gentleman's point, do y'all feel like, what up, Super Pat? Do you agree with what he is saying? And I know, Gemini Smiley, you already said you agree, and you stated where you stand with that. Super Pat, welcome. Discussions with Dee Parker. Another touchy one today. I know I come with these touchy topics, so we're gonna, I'm gonna try to tap dance around this as nicely, because, we're gonna keep it cute and be respectful of both sides, because there's always no judgment over here. But, what up, Chef? We want to be mindful, okay? That's all. No judgment zone, so we like to keep it cute. But today's topic is, if you're familiar with rapper Little Mama, she's the rapper that went on stage with, when Jay-Z and Alicia Keys was performing. I don't remember what award show it was, but yeah, when they did their thing, whoop-de-whoop. She got on stage and she caught some backlash for it. But anyway, so she is now getting backlash once again this blog site is saying she's suggesting that there's a LGBTQ agenda to depopulate the planet. So I'm going to play this clip and I'm not trying to play it too much because I don't want us to get censored, you feel me? So I'm going to play it again since we got some more people on here. Here we go.
We have to get this through our mind. That way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it. Look at it for what the purpose is. Just be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same sex can still procreate. No, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get another woman pregnant. A man cannot get a man pregnant. A man does not have a womb. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want.
All right, so you heard what he said. I ain't gonna run it back. I'll run it back again, but not right now. Gemini Smiley said they keep making viruses to kill people and try to control the population. Mama said to each his own. What up, Chef? Like I said, this is my first time, and where Little Mama is catching the smoke is because she said, or is the gov pushing it through the LGBT? That's a good question. So that's where she's catching her smoke from, because and basically all I saw was a comment, but they're saying that, yeah, on this one particular blog, that she's co-signing a conspiracy theory that there's a G agenda to depopulate the earth. So, again, I'm going to be 100% with y'all. I'm going to keep it a bean. I've never heard that. This is my first time today hearing, I've heard of other things to, do that, but never this. Superpad said, I didn't get his point. China has been known to do cloning. Mama said this was a lot of men's issue with Obama. What was his issue? Oh, because they say he gave them a lot of rights. Is that what you're trying to say, Mama? I'm confused. Is that what you're trying to say? Because they say he gave the LGBTQ a lot of rights. Is that why you're saying that was their issue? I believe that's why a lot of and today in Georgia is voting. So if you haven't done so, after I'm done with this, I'm going to vote. So make sure you get out and vote today. Sorry, I had to put that out there because it's important. These primaries are very, very important. Don't let them trick you. So yeah, get out there and vote if you're in Georgia today. Yeah, again, this is, I don't know. Mama said black people have a conspiracy with everything. So have y'all heard this before though? Because again, this is my first time ever hearing anything. Again, I hear of all sorts of other things that would be put here to do that, depopulate the earth, but not that. I've never heard of that. So, I don't know. People, boy, we fine. We like to point fingers. That's all I can say. We like to point fingers. But, I don't know. Somebody said y'all love to attack the wrong community, and I'm not going to say which one y'all should be. LOL. I'm just saying. Again, new folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. We are talking about Little Mama, rapper Little Mama. I feel like she made a comment under a post. I don't know. I don't feel like she was pushing any type of agenda. But they're saying that basically this podcast or this website, was saying, thank you for the follow. Hold on, I got to get back to the page, but let me run this again. Basically saying this site said she suggested there's an LGBTQ agenda to depopulate the planet. She really said there's a G agenda. You can fill in the blanks. To depopulate the planet. And then I'll play this clip back again. Mama said they said Obama push. Yeah, I thought that's what you meant. Thank you for the follow. I don't know who that was, but I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I thought that's what you meant. I mean, because I did hear a lot of, the ones that come on here and chat. They talk about how that administration, they felt, and they felt like if, what's her name, Kamala got into place, then they felt like, hey, J. Marcus, they felt like that she was going to continue to do the same thing. But anyway, new folks, Discussions, Dee Dee Parker. Rapper Little Mama is facing some backlash once again, this time for a website, a blog site. Hey, Big Duffel suggests that she is pushing the LGBTQ agenda to depopulate the planet. It wasn't her words. It was somebody else's words, for which I will play back so you can take a listen to what he had to say. Let me move this up so I can get the playback for you to roll. Roll that beautiful. I'm not gonna play the
this enemy is
video.
pushing is depopulation. We have to get this through our mind. That way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it. Look at it for what the purpose is. Be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same sex can still procreate. No, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get another woman pregnant. A man cannot get a man pregnant. A man does not have a womb. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want.
That's crazy. I don't know. Okay, I read that already. Mama, you said, yeah. That's what I figured you were going to say. Mama said they are having babies too, just not the normal way. What do you mean? What? Oh, yeah, because one on there said that they have kids. Biological kids. So, Big Duffel said, let's build the fort and watch the election results. Okay, then. Can't build the fort. But I will be watching. Gemini Smiley said, I want a bunker at Big Duffel. There is a show on YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm not changing the subject or anything. But there's a show on YouTube where they showed these like $1 million big old bunkers that these people they sitting on just in case it might go down. So I'm just saying. Mama said you don't believe it. You don't believe what he's talking about, this guy. So, and then I told you that little mama, she made the comment or said, is it the gov pushing it through the LGBT? That's a good question. So, I mean, I don't feel like she was, I don't feel like she was co-signing this. Do y'all feel like she was co-signing this? I mean, I need more information. Because, again, I just don't feel like she was co-signing this. All she said was that was a good question. Maybe that was a good question. Gemini Smiley said, yeah, I watched that. Yeah, that's a good one. I be watching all types of stuff on YouTube. You don't even need cable anymore. All you need is a YouTube. I swear. All my little favorite crime shows, I watch it right on YouTube, child. No problems at all. But yes, do you feel like, I mean, again, I don't feel like she was co-signing. I just, I don't know. I think, people, boy, here we go. But then again, that community, the LGBTQ community, I hope to hear from you. Y'all may feel a little bit differently. Maybe you do feel like, this was a dig. Mama said, I'm confused. Does she agree with the speaker or not? That's what I'm confused about. Because it says, or is it the gov, meaning, the government, pushing it through the LGBT? That's a good question. What up, R614? So I don't know. That's why I'm like, how are we saying she's co-signing this? I mean, and that's all she said. But I understand. Because this man was speaking, he was wild.
That way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it. Look at it for what the purpose is. Be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same sex can still procreate. No, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get another woman pregnant. A man cannot get a man pregnant. A man does not have a womb. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want.
Crazy way to think. Again, like I said, this is not this is my first time hearing anything crazy. Like, again, I've heard of things. Like the last thing we went through. You know, knocking some folks out. And then wanting to size down the, you know, population. I heard, you know, but I ain't never heard of this here. Gemini Smiley said they wanted the LGBT community to slow down the babies, but bisexual women still having babies and gay women still effing men getting pregnant. I mean, I know a girl who liked girls, but she got some sons. So you ain't lying about that, Gemini Smiley. Mama said, doesn't matter if they inspire it or not. It's been going on. So what's his point? Good question. And again, it goes back to and not to bring up the voting thing, but that's probably why a lot of our brown brothers and sisters probably did not swing, you know, that vote for Kamala, no disrespect, because, you know, again, because we hear from some of our black men that say, oh, that administration, you know, pushed that agenda. So, I don't know, child. Superpass said, now this is being implemented in some African countries in the Middle East. What is being implemented, Superpad? What he's talking about is being implemented? Well, I know in some of them countries you could lose your life in some of those countries. 'Cause yeah, they don't do, yeah. They don't. Oh. So if somebody from America traveled to one, well, why would you want to travel to that country? What countries are these? Because, Mama, don't we see a lot of them when we go out the country, child? I see a lot of them all booed up and whatnot. When you go out this country, child, they be booed up. So what? Yeah, you said the Middle Eastern countries, so I believe that. But but no, I know in some countries, yeah, they don't play that. They don't even play them games. But I've never heard this. Of it depopulating. Yeah, DR for sure. We saw a lot in the DR. Not lying. Like, that's why I know what you talk about. You're saying African countries and Middle East is banned. But baby, not in these other ones. Bahamas too, yeah, it was a lot. Yeah. They go into these Caribbean countries. Because like I said, that's where we see most, well, we haven't traveled anywhere outside of the Caribbean yet. So, but new folks, if I got any, welcome to Discussions with DT Parker. We've been talking about the backlash that Little Mama is receiving after what a blog or website is saying. She's suggesting, she's under fire for suggesting there's a there's a LGBTQ. I don't know the proper thing to say. Because can you say the G word? I think the proper thing to say is LGBTQ. But anyway, the LGBTQ agenda to depopulate the planet. And she just, she made the comment. Or is it the government, the gov pushing it through the LGBT? That's a good question. And the site also, said she was co-signing. Again, I'm trying to figure out where the co-signing part. She just basically commented and made a comment on somebody else's post. Ain't that what got Chili in trouble? Or Chili, she reposted that. I forgot that story anyway. Mama said Jamaica, they don't like it. Yeah, but I don't think it's banned though in Jamaica. But I'm not sure. I don't think it's banned there. Somebody from Jamaica gonna have to help me out. Because, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I could easily look it up. But, well, yeah, let's see. I don't believe it's banned in Jamaica. Who is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't believe it's banned in Jamaica. Is it banned in Jamaica? Is it banned in China? That's a good question. Jamaica. Oh no. Crimelessness. Some sexual include a maximum penalty of 10 years imprisonment with hard labor. There's no evidence of the law being enforced recent years. However, LGBT people are regularly subject to discrimination and violence. So I don't think it's legal there. Or illegal. That's the word I was saying. I don't think it's illegal. But that's crazy. I don't know. Again, I didn't feel... And this is
the ultimate agenda.
This is just me. I didn't feel like, Lil Mama meant any harm by what she was trying to get off. Well, again, she wasn't the one that said it. So, too. I'll run it back in case I have any new folks. I think I got somebody on Twitch watching that just popped in. What up, Twitch?
That way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it. Look at it for what the purpose is. Just be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same-sex can still procreate. No, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get another woman pregnant. A man cannot get a man pregnant. A man does not have a womb. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want.
Again, this one's a sticky one today, new folks. Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. Lil Mama's catching some backlash. And I'm trying to make sense of why she's catching some backlash. Hey, Lunatic, because, all I feel like is she made a comment underneath a post. But it was a post, I guess, a guy, suggesting that there's a LGBTQ agenda to depopulate the planet. So I didn't get that from what she posted. And again, this is what she posted. Is it the gov pushing it through the LGBT? That's a good question. So, I don't know. I know if our regular chat folks is on here, they will have more to say about this. But again, I've never heard of this conspiracy theory about them pushing and that being the reason why. Again, going back to what I said earlier, I do hear the chatter between black men. They were unhappy with some of them, not all of you, were unhappy with the Obama administration because you felt like he set up too many things and put too many things in place for the LGBTQ community, which I feel maybe be the reason why a lot of our brown brothers, and I'll say sisters, hey, keep Pecan Brown, went and swayed the other way towards this man who's in office now because he is trying to cut out a lot of that stuff. Look, he's already, banned trans in the Olympics. And then he sent Caitlyn Jenner back her original passport as what she was born as. Thought you had a friend. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Yes, I do. I thought you had a friend. Anyway, but yeah, see? A lot of people are effing around and finding out right about now. I love it, though. They still, anyway. But, new folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. I know I keep repeating myself, but because we keep getting new folks coming on and off. But rapper Lil Mama is catching some backlash for, I would say, liking a post suggesting there's an LGBTQ agenda to depopulate the planet. So that's what we've been conversing about. Again, after I read the comments, I'm just trying to figure out how they figured she was co-signing it. That's the part I'm still trying to figure out, because in her response, it doesn't sound like she's trying to co-sign anything. She just was, to me, it seems like she said, that's a good question. I mean, I don't know. But I'm not making no excuses for nobody, because, you know, this goes back to, again, you got to be careful what you like on social media, especially if you're a celebrity. Because, baby, everything that you like, you comment under, will be used against you in the social media court of law, child. Because, again, all she said is, or is the gov pushing it through the LBGT? That's a good question. But, Gemini Smiley, you agreed with my man and what his stance was on it. Gemini said they're pushing it through everything, food, water, etc., making special needs children, and I support special needs children. What do you mean they're making special needs children? They're making them do what? Gemini Smiley, question mark. I'm just asking for a friend. Because what are they making the special needs children do? I'm just curious. But, again, I don't see what all the smoke is for. Hey, Tasha. Welcome to the chat. Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. We've been chatting it up about rapper Little Mama. I'm sure you're familiar with her. She's the one that crashed, She's the one that crashed Alicia Keys and Jay-Z's performance. I don't remember what award show it was, but when it was on stage performing that song Empire, or whatever the song was, New York. I think that was the song. Whatever. Anyway. So yeah, I would say she liked the post. This blog site said she's co-signing the post. I'll play the clip again for the new folks that didn't hear it one more time. Oh gosh, yes, please text me the drama, girl, so we can chat about it tomorrow. And I'm just joking. If I gotta keep it a secret, I got you. But take a listen to this video, new folks. I think it was BET. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember. I knew somebody from the chat would remember. It was one of them damn award shows. But take a listen to my guy.
We have to get this through our mind. That way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it. Look at it for what the purpose is. Be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same sex can still procreate. No, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get another woman pregnant. A man cannot get a man pregnant. A man does not have a womb. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want.
Hold on. Can I get it from the top?
The ultimate agenda that we are looking at, that this enemy is pushing, is depopulation. We have to get this through our mind. That way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it. Look at it for what the purpose is. Just be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being...
hear it from the top. All right. So Gemini Smiley said they feed men chemicals to F with their sperm. If us men ate better, it wouldn't be such a high number of special needs kids. Okay. So you feel like it's in the food and what they're feeding you men, or what you men are getting fed, and it's affecting your semen, and ultimately we're producing not like special needs kids. I mean, again, when I was growing up, autism, and my mama said, because they probably didn't call it autism, but I don't ever remember autism when I was growing up being a thing. Again, I'm going to be real with you. Never. Like, I didn't realize autism was a thing until, like, I heard more and more black parents talking about their kids, having autism. And I'm like, wow. what is that? Because I've never heard of it, but Mama swear it was called something else. Again, I know they had those classes. They had the classes for, hey, Joey Cakes, they had the classes for the, what you call them? Well, I forgot what we called them back in school. Cause I don't want to be rude. So I don't want to call them. What was those classes? Because my brother was in one of them. And he never had no homework. And I used to be mad at him like, bruh, you ain't never got no homework. Like, how is it you go to school every day, the same hours, and you don't bring home homework? I hated it. But I can't remember what we called them classes. Anyway, Joey Cakes, new folks. Yes, special ed, thank you, Pecan Brown. That's what they were called. Special ed, thank you. All right, I see y'all comments. Hold on. New folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. We're talking about rapper Little Mama. You're familiar with her. She's the one that crashed Jay-Z and Alicia Keys' performance at one of them award shows. Tasha said it was BET, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, she's catching some backlash for, they're saying on this blog site, co-signing a post from somebody that was made by a guy suggesting there's a LGBTQ, that they're pushing the G agenda to depopulate the planet. I want y'all to take a listen to this guy for the new folks that didn't get a chance to hear him, and take a listen to what he has to say about this.
The ultimate agenda that we are looking at, that this enemy is pushing, is depopulation. We have to get this through our mind. That way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it, look at it for what the purpose is. Just be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same sex can still procreate. No, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get another woman pregnant. A man cannot get a man pregnant. A man does not have a womb. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want.
All right. So, and Little Mama made a comment, and this is where I think, well, this is why she's getting the backlash. She said, or is it the gov pushing it through the LGBT? That's a good question. All right. Hey, Joey, Gemini Smiley said exactly. Tasha said it's already a fact that the government has no interest in health because it would affect billion-dollar pharmacy industry. The pharmacy, absolutely. Because there's no reason why Canada has free health care, but why can't we have free health care? That's always been a question mark for me. Got you, Pecan Brown. Special ed at my... I think it was called special ed at my school, too. Tasha said, we are the only country that allows poison in our food that's banned in other countries. But they're doing away with that now. Ain't they, with the red dyes and stuff? Joey Cake said they were called rump classes. I don't remember that, Joey. I don't remember them calling them rump classes. Were you rumping in these classes? Get off my thing. F.A. what it do? Joey Cake said that's way back though. I'm not sure if there's a defense term, so please forgive me if anyone is offended. Rump class. What would y'all do in these classes? Anyway, Tasha said no, there aren't. I don't remember them called rump classes either. Special ed classes, yes. That's why I said I don't remember autism being a thing. I know they had the classes and whatnot, but I don't. Right. They are repacking the poison and slapping FDA approved on it. So no, they're not getting rid of it then, Tasha. The red dyes and all the other dyes that they said they was going to be getting rid of. That's not going away. They lied to us in our face. What else is new, right? Anyway, Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. Welcome, new folks. All right, we're talking about rapper Little Mama. She's catching some smoke for, I would say, liking a post, but this website, this blog site, said she co-signed a post suggesting there's a G or LBGT agenda to depopulate the planet. And she basically just repeated, well, she didn't even repeat. She just liked what this guy, I guess, was talking about.
The ultimate agenda that we are looking at, that this enemy is pushing, is depopulation. We have to get this through our mind. That way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it, look at it for what the purpose is. Just be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same sex can still procreate. No, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want.
What up, Rashad?
What's going on?
I gotta call you. Been on the door dashing, sir. But all right, did you hear what was said? You're familiar with rapper Little Mama, right?
Little Mama, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The girl, the little young rapper that got on stage with Jay-Z and Alicia. Okay. So she's catching some smoke. I would say for a comment that she made, for they're saying suggesting or co-signing that there's a LGBTQ agenda to depopulate the planet. And that was the guy that I just played. She said, or is it the gov pushing it through the LGBT? That's a good question.
Now, so, I follow him, and this has been out, the video you just played, it's been out for a while.
Okay.
There's always a possibility. I have no idea, and I say this all the time. Why do we get upset at certain opinions that people make, right? Just because she said that doesn't necessarily mean she's homophobic. It doesn't mean that she, hates the gay community. But at the end of the day, there are conversations that are had at a higher level about population control. It's the truth. And that could potentially be an avenue. I don't understand why the United States is pushing so hard for it, to be honest with you. I mean, they are really pushing hard. Like, you got Kamala Harris being sent over to one of those countries in Africa, telling them that they shouldn't be so hard on, people that have interest in the same sex. And I'm like, what the fuck we got to do with Africa? We ain't going nowhere else. Nowhere else. We go to Africa. Why? And so I don't agree, with the fact that everybody's giving her a hard time. But then again, she also should understand that she's already behind the 8 ball, and she need to keep some of her comments to herself, because everybody is always looking for a reason to jump back down Little Mama throat, So. I'm not too worried.
Wait, Joey Cake said, huh? Even a gay woman can procreate if she sleeps with a man. Didn't the brat have a child? I don't think she slept with no man, though. But she did. Yeah. I think she was inseminated, whatever that's called. Tasha said they're just replacing them with something that's just as harmful. Like, girl, I can't say them words. Pesticides at the grocery store. That mist they use in the produce isn't water. It's pesticide mixture. Ooh, girl, don't say that. Are you serious? Joey Cake said, what's good, Shad? And Tasha said, Rashad, been neglecting us. Good to see you. Rashad has been on a journey. What up, F.A.?
Hold on.
All right. I think this conversation, because I don't feel like Little Mama gave co-signing vibes. I just feel like she just stated, okay, is this the government pushing it through? That's a good question. And again, I feel like we always attacking the wrong person, because if it was a problem, why is nobody going after this man that said this in this video?
Oh, they know they can't fuck with him.
Who is this man? Do you know his name?
Yeah,
Rizza Islam.
yeah, he's a devout, follower of Islam, and to be honest with you, he reminds me of the next Farrakhan. That's how I see him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually got some feminine hygiene products out there that are natural for women in their periods. You should look him up. You should look him up. He's some of the stuff that he says is kind of out there. Some of the stuff that he says, I think he focuses too much on uh I don't want to
Conspiracies.
say, huh?
Like conspiracies, the white man and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go even say that because at the end of the day, he anything that he talks about, he's willing to back it up through stuff that he's studied, researched, and all that other stuff. And so,
Yeah.
we got to stop being so quick to discount people just because they have thoughts that are against the grain. Because let's be honest, the grain is leading us all in one particular direction, so that we don't see what we're being misled against. Right?
Right.
So is this a conspiracy theory then? What?
Well, it's
What?
definitely a conspiracy
Yeah, it's a
theory because you
conspiracy
can't prove
theory.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, can you better explain? It says something about are they leading through the government? What was the two options?
Where did you see that?
No, the
Um.
question was, is this a LBGT agenda, or are they saying, or is this the
Oh,
government?
so rapper Little Mama, she's catching some backlash for making a comment under a post. They're basically trying to say that she co-signed this man suggesting that there is a LBGT, really it says gay, agenda to depopulate the planet.
Okay.
So they pissed off at her because she responded to that video.
Yes.
See,
And
these are
what
the
did she
motherfuckers
say
that ain't
though?
got no that she just read.
She,
Oh well,
she,
okay, go
oh,
ahead.
I'll read it again.
Yeah.
Or this is what Little Mama said. Or is it the government pushing it through the LGBT? That's the good question.
Or is it the government?
So
Oh, is the government behind? Oh, so they're saying the government is actually behind depopulation and using the LGBTQ, opposed to the LGBTQ being the people that actually want to depopulate the earth.
You want to hear the audio? Did you hear
No,
it?
I got it. No, I got it. I definitely think it's the government, though.
You think
well,
it's the
yeah,
government?
Yeah, one hundred
yeah.
percent. Because the LGBTQ really don't got no power if it wasn't back with the government.
Oh, I was about to say, don't they run everything right about now?
No, they have a lot of support, but
They have influence.
it recently grew. First of all, the LBGT, the alphabet people been around for forever. They used to just didn't have a voice just 20 years ago, right? They also didn't have a voice 20, 30 years ago. The
Yeah.
reason why they have a voice now is because they got the backing, not really partly other the community, but really because the government is standing with them. And the government stands with them because to me they have their own agenda. Like, why is
Um.
America just going to Africa, like he just said? America went to Africa to talk to some of the countries about how some of the rules and laws and that they have on homosexuality over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
why
want
is
to?
America doing that?
Oh.
So at the end of the day, they have become more vocal because they have been riding on the coattails of the civil rights that we have been fighting for, right? Number two, they also more vocal because they realized in order to get our way, we need to go ahead and grease the pockets of these uh, uh, people in Congress. And so they put a lot of money to lobby for all of these things, right? The fact that you can't tell me Barack went into the White House thinking, yeah, I'm going to give, when I get there, man, I'm going to change the bathrooms.
I
That,
think he did. I think he
I
did.
do, bruh. He never touched on that subject before he got there. Never.
That don't
And
mean it
none of
wasn't
the
in his
stuff.
heart.
But here's the thing. I mean, now that right there, that's just speculation. I'm just going off of he's never ever given any indication that that was on his top 10 list. I
Right.
think what happened, he got in there and then he got the individuals that had the money and the lobbyists to say, hey, these are XYZ donors. They want to sit down and have a conversation with you.
And he
And
sold
they,
his soul.
so here's the thing. At the
Oh
end of the
boy.
day, I won't say he sold his soul because he is the president of everyone. That's the one thing people have to understand, regardless if you agree with it or not. If you are the president of the United States, you are supposed to be an individual that represents everybody. And we overlook the fact that what he did, he legitimately tried to bring everyone together, regardless if we agree with how he did it or not. He tried to represent everybody. And I
I know
don't
that's
have a
speculation, but can I ask you a question? How do we determine what's right and wrong?
Oh gosh.
well,
No,
I
no,
mean,
no. What I'm saying is, I agree with you that he is the president of everybody, right? But he's also the president of some of the things that you would of people who believe in wrong, right? Like he's the president of pedophiles too, right? Did he fight for pedophiles? They call
no,
it right. So he didn't fight for that community. He didn't
right.
fight for the people who believe that they are grown. Like they may be grown in age, but they feel like a 12-year-old child, and that's
Mhm.
why they're attracted to children. He didn't fight for that community, but he's
Of
the
course.
president of all people, right?
Well, yeah, but to your point, if you say, how do we identify right and wrong?
Right.
Right is, well, wrong is something that is against the law. Being gay is not against the law.
Well, no, the law, but how the law is created by the people, though, right? We
100%.
determine what's right and wrong, right? I mean, it used to be
Okay.
against the law for black people to read.
100%. So
So
are you
law
saying,
changes. It's not really concrete.
well, yeah, no, agreed. But are you saying that um, people that are a part of that alphabet committee should be that there should be things that I'm trying to figure out where you're going because I was
Now, I
saying
guess
that.
I was just trying to figure out how I understand that. Put it like this: although he's the president of all, there was a large community that believed that what he did was wrong, right?
Mhm,
And then there was a community people that believed what he did was right, or whatever,
mhm,
right? And
yeah,
I'm saying you are siding with the law. You're saying, well, currently it's not illegal to participate in what some people may feel like is wrong, but it's not illegal, right? And I'm saying, oh, are we governed by? I guess are we governed by?
What's
I guess he would be governed by the law. I guess he will only have no choice to be but governed by the law.
well,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
but
okay, that's a fair point.
yeah, and you're talking about morality, right?
I
So
was.
that's
That's why I
yeah,
came to the conclusion that I'm actually talking about morality.
yeah.
So you made a good point with the law thing. Yeah, you're right. I guess I just when you said the president of all people, it kind of made me think about all the people that was not happy with this. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? In a
yeah, no,
sense,
no, no, 100%. So let's talk about that, right?
yeah.
Regardless of how many people are happy about it,
right?
you could be unhappy and not do anything.
Yeah, true.
And they can be a smaller portion of
Of that group.
happy and they're making moves.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
So who are you going to adhere to? You're going to adhere to the people that are bitching and moaning on social media, or you're going to adhere to the people that are at the events, that are writing the checks, that are giving representation, coming to you, trying to present things in a way that you have no choice but to say, fuck it. Okay, these other niggas, they say they mad, but hell, where they at?
They ain't got no money. I got you. Or they ain't got no. They got money. They got money. They ain't putting it up.
Yeah, they got money,
They
but
got
shit,
money.
they not bringing it here.
Yeah, that's true. Very nice. I stand corrected. Fair point.
All right, let me read some comments, y'all. Joey Cake said there is some truth, but in the end, people are gonna do what they want to do. The agenda is limited to those who choose to participate. Got you opening and T said they have a lot of influence. Joey Cake said little mama can respond any way she wants. Why the criticism? Good point. Got you opening T said
Because they
never
bullies.
said you said they bullies?
Because they
Yeah.
bullies. I mean, they fight for freedom of speech as long as they don't disagree with their ideology. So we know that they don't believe in freedom of speech. They believe in you either get down or lay down. That's essentially on some street shit. You either agree with me or I'm gonna villainize you. I'm gonna villainize you. You don't really have the ability to disagree with me. We all know that freedom of speech is not free. We do know that, or at least black people definitely know that. But it's a difference between now the political views, religious views is different from just who you sleep with.
Mm.
Got a different opinion on who you sleep with. I want y'all to know at the very root of this is who you sleep with, who you sexually sleep with. That's it. And if I can if I can't disagree with that without being villainized, to me they're bullied. They're actually a almost like a terrorist group, in my opinion. Maybe people may feel like that's extreme, but the Black Panthers was considered a terrorist group. Like they call a lot of groups terrorist groups. You know what I mean? So I don't think that that's far off to throw them in there when they will decimate your career. They will say horrendous things about you, send emails, just like any other hate group or any other extremist group or whatever. Maybe I'm using the wrong words, but whatever the group is, they usually will try to ruin you. You know what I mean? And to me, it's kind of ironic when the whole time that they were fighting for to be seen and want to be considered equal and be welcome in these spaces, that they kind of turned into the same evil people that they were condemning. When they weren't in power, they were
Mm.
condemning these people. Now they're in power, and now they're acting to me just like them.
Oh, let's be honest, right? That has nothing to do with that community. That is an American trait. It really doesn't
It
matter. I
don't
mean,
have nothing to do with that community.
yeah, the
Are they
point that you're
normal?
making, no, no, no. The point that you're making about when they didn't have anything, they were looking, to collaborate. But now that they're at the top,
Yeah.
they've turned into the oppressors damn near, right?
Right,
And
right.
so the point that I was making is that's not exclusive to them.
Oh, sure.
That's an American characteristic because I got to be honest, and
That's a human characteristic. But go ahead.
That possibly even a human characteristic. But let's be honest, black women were riding with the black men as you were on your way up, and then when y'all got to the top, y'all kicked us off the train.
Oh gosh, we talked about that yet. We talked
The
about.
feminist movement, yeah, I agree.
And so that's what I'm saying. So that's what we do here. That's what
Well,
we
I'm
do.
talking about them right now, and I
We're
got you.
talking about them right
I'm
now.
talking
Yeah.
about them, and I feel
So
like black women don't got as much power as the LGBTQ community. I
no,
want to start with
100%. I
that.
mean, shit. You can see
Yeah.
that now that they done
We
lost all
show
their
now.
fucking jobs.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
show now.
see, I always tell you there's a difference between um freedom and liberty. At liberty, freedom, liberty is you're free because somebody allows you to be free. Liberty is you free because you're free, and no, it's not because it's been given to you. It's because you have it, and we have liberty. We don't have freedom. We free until they decide to take it away. And the black women, y'all hope y'all realize that, because when they was
Nope.
pushing education and you don't need a man and you go get these degrees and all that, and that's not to beat up black women, but y'all are the latest example of it, right? Of like saying, yeah, we don't need y'all. We I got money. If he ain't got no money, what I need a man for? Like they have no other value other than being a mule or a bank or a provider for you in some kind of way financially. They seen how like it was all good until they stripped them jobs away from you, because that degree don't actually assure anything. It doesn't assure it. You know what I mean? Because they can take it away from you quickly. This is why they took trades out of the schools, because they can't take trades away from you. When you learn how to
Yeah.
build, this is why the Latino community can come into America, legal or illegal, and come into America and make money, because you don't need to know how to read. How about this? You don't even need to know how to speak English.
Yeah.
You ain't even that. All you need to know how to do is bang a nail through a piece of wood. That's it, and get out there and work. And that's why they. This is why they can survive anywhere. They're gonna be able to survive anywhere because they can work with their hands. I think that's one of the I don't want to make it too long, but the point is that's where I think the freedom and liberty y'all was popping, and they took that shit away, and it reminded you. I wanted y'all to know what was it? Black women was the largest unemployed. The
Yeah.
black degree
This,
women, like women with degrees, was the largest unemployed. I don't know if it was black women or black people, but
no, it was black
nonetheless,
women. It was. I saw that a couple months ago.
I just we need each other, y'all. So that's it. We do. We need each other.
Rashad, you look like you want to respond. Go ahead.
I mean, no, it's just all of this is scripted. And the problem is that we just don't realize that there are strings over us and we're all being played. Every time that we get into this men versus women thing, Diddy, I'll say my little piece, but I always remind you that I got to take it back to the point where we got to stop competing. And we have not, it's like we are too smart to be so fucking stupid
Yeah, I agree.
because we still chase all of the things that they provide and the things that they add value to, that they, equate value to. I saw this, there's this new watch that Swatch is making,
Yeah,
something
I saw it.
AP.
AP. Yeah.
It's the ugliest shit I've ever seen. The ugliest shit I've ever seen. But
In fact, did you get you one?
I'm trying to get my hands on one.
see, once again, but now watch this. But he
I'm a nigga
under,
though. I'm a nigga though.
see, that's what I was going to say. He understands that he knows that he's programmed to a degree. He knows
Well,
that.
yeah, well, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not programmed because
to a degree, dude, to a degree, to a degree.
no, I
Because
just like it. But go ahead.
that,
I just like it.
yeah, 100%. I mean, that is the programming.
I know
That's
it's
the
a
programming.
game. No, no,
You
no.
know
I'm
it
not, I
don't
know
come
it's
with
a.
no bands or
I know
nothing,
what you're
right?
trying to
Like,
say. I'm just saying I'm not that. You're saying
What?
that a lot of times black people like shiny things and they like the value that it may bring them when they're seen with it, right? And that's the programming. You're not valuable yourself, but if you add assets or trinkets that are viewed as valuable, then you'll view yourself as more valuable, right? I was saying I like it because not always because I actually like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not because I always actually like whatever it is. I like what comes with it.
What comes
I'm
with it?
honest enough to say I like what comes with it.
yeah,
What
what
comes with
comes
it?
with it?
Um, I get on a low level. I'll talk about maybe certain levels of attention.
You
No,
don't need
no,
no attention. You are a married man
no.
now, sir.
Don't focus on that. I'm just giving. I'm trying to
You
get an
don't
audience
focus
understanding.
on it.
Listen, there are people that
Oh
go into.
God, what up,
Listen,
DJ
when you're in
Pruitt?
certain
Listen.
business. Listen, when you're in certain business environments or you're trying to be in certain environments where
Okay,
you
I got to read these comments. Come on now.
listen, hold on. Let me say this. When you're in certain business environments and you're trying to evolve yourself or better yourself, you may not care about
You
um
don't
um
need no Swatch AP
hold on,
though.
hold on. You may not care about what's one of them a
You just proved this point, by the way.
Tom Ford suit. You may not care about a Tom Ford suit, right? But you may buy that Tom Ford suit for the appeal or the appearance that it may give you in certain rooms, right or wrong.
You
I
don't
mean,
need no Swatch
that
AP.
You may
that
not care about
is
it at all.
that is a means to an end. But once again, that
Is
is a
it right or
part.
wrong?
It's well, I mean, it depends on who the individual is and what your value system is. Because I can understand your point, but I still look at that as a part of programming.
Okay, y'all,
Well,
because we
no, it's
got.
a part of me trying to get it done. I mean,
You don't need no Swatch
it's
AP.
college programming
He basically
going to
saying you're
college
feeding right in.
100%,
programming.
one
You're
hundred
feeding
percent, it
right
is.
into
Oh,
that
okay,
agenda.
then
You're
I agree with
feeding
you.
right into that agenda, FA. We need to keep them dollars in house.
I'm fine with that.
Dollars.
I would. It
Anyway,
wasn't a negative thing, though. That's the point
Right.
that I was just trying to make is that you understand it is all a game. That's my point.
Yes, I do.
That's
Yes, I
my
do.
point.
okay.
There are some
Yes, I do.
people. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead and read your comments, TD.
No. New folks, welcome. Discussions with Didi Parker, because new folks probably popping on here like, what the hell we
But
talking about?
new
Who's
folks
it?
need to stop being late. Get
Who?
here on time.
I didn't say it. I
She didn't
didn't
say it.
say it.
I said it. What you gonna do?
Wait, Rashad, don't run off my little bitty folks now. I'm just
They better
playing.
come on time.
We've been talking about rapper Little Mama. She liked and made a comment under a comment from a guy. What's his name again, y'all?
Who's that?
RZA Islam.
Rizza Islam,
They're part of the
um,
NOI, Nation of Islam.
suggesting that there's a LGBTQ agenda to depopulate the planet. I want to play back this real audio real quick and then read some comments because we did have a lot of comments and we've been bypassing these comments. So if I can get this video to play, we'll be all good.
You gotta get off that
That
diet.
way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it, look at it for what the purpose is. Be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same sex can still procreate, no, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get another woman pregnant. A man cannot get a man pregnant. A man does not have a womb. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want.
Is that anyway? Little Mama's response was, or is it the government pushing it through the LGBT? That's a good question. Got you opening and T said never said anything, so he got in office. He was talking about the Obama thing. Follow the money. Gemini Smiley said Obama was a puppet. Got you opening and T said to you, Gemini Smiley, they are all puppets. And he said to an extent, Gemini Smiley. Got you opening and T said Gemini Smiley, JFK, I can say that was definitely not a puppet. Joey Cake said every president is the president of all people. Right and wrong in many ways is in the eye of the beholder. Got you opening and T said facts. What up, DJ DeWitt? Hopefully you heard what we're talking about. And I am Joey Cake said I'm super fly with my Time X watches. Oh baby, let me tell you, because who is buying a Swatch AP? Even though you can resell that thing for like, what is it, $4,000-$5,000 now?
You ain't gonna be able to get one. It's gonna be hard shit to get one. You're gonna
Yeah,
be able
that's
to,
how
and
much
if you get
resellers
one,
are
you're gonna be
selling them
paying.
for.
Yeah, you're
Ain't
gonna
that
be
like
paying
$400?
They're
yeah,
$400. They're
300.
reselling them. Yeah. DJ D was
It's
saying, I
just
almost
a
said
money
something smart,
grab though.
Rashad,
It's
but
really
I
just
ain't
a
gonna
money
do it.
grab for AP. They're gonna
I
make
got
like
you.
$50 million off of it.
But they said they're
Okay.
gonna make more watches. So why is everybody going crazy?
Because they want it first.
Yeah, of course. They want it
Yeah.
first. That's right.
Sure.
Right about that.
Okay.
And I'm just
So
joking. I'm not buying it. But if the opportunity presented
if
itself,
I
I
see
probably
you
Well,
would.
on
yeah, I
this
know you ain't
live
gonna
with a
buy it because
Swatch
you ain't finna wait in
AP,
line. I already know.
Yeah, I'm not doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was saying, if it was in front of me and somebody was offering it and it was $300, I would buy it, not
Well,
for 5,000.
so here's my thing.
And
There
I
are
might
watches
sell
out
it.
there are watches out there for $300, and I'm not saying that you can't spend money on something.
Of course.
What I'm saying is the insanity of what this has created, the desire. It's like when, the new J's come out. It's the exact same thing. And
It's no
it's
different
the
from that Stanley Cup. It's a great business model. They was going absolutely ape shit for us. I couldn't believe it. They were standing in long lines for a coffee cup.
bruh.
And
And
I just knew it transformed into something else. I'm like, I
you
know
know
this
how
is a cup.
so but you know how the marketing team flipped that, right? Because Stanley is a brand that was mainly for men that work in construction sites, but they were running out of juice, and so somebody said, let's go ahead and change the color and market them to women and jack the price up.
Yeah,
And man, when I tell you these dummies,
yeah,
they
they fucked
just
that stuff
ran
up.
out, and I was just like, "You have got to." It's so
That's probably the
disgusting.
most ridiculous one I ever seen before.
Yeah, I ain't
It
seen
was a
anything worse
cup,
than that.
dog. I
Yeah,
understand
I ain't
Jordan
seen
and
worse
his
than that.
issue, but a cup,
And
I was
you
like,
know it was bad because you started getting knockoffs.
mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, where are all these big industrial ass, pink cups coming from? Bruh, it's the
That's
worst.
fun. Yeah,
I
that
Yeah.
was.
don't get into all of the hype. DJ DeWitt said, take that same energy standing in line, fighting over a damn watch and go vote. Yes, please. Today's
Nigga, don't
voting.
get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
I ain't going
Today is
down that
voting
road.
here. So
You ain't
please,
going down that road. All right.
if you
Here
are
we
Ain't
in
going
go.
down that
Georgia,
road, child.
make sure you get out and vote for these.
Man, let's hold on. Pause.
I'm like P
Oh,
Diddy. I'm like P Diddy. I like what P Diddy said years ago. I like to sell the vote to the highest bidder. That's it.
so let me tell you what the
That's why I
but here
stand.
but
Oh
here's the
well,
deal.
that's what. Let me quote that correctly. Ice Cube said that when he met with Donald Trump and and all the
Yeah,
Democrats,
yeah,
they got so upset. But the
yeah.
point is, I stand with Ice Cube more. I don't care about Democrats or Republicans.
Okay.
I care about who is going to give me the most, and I'll vote for you. But P Diddy had the idea of black people becoming a collective.
Yeah.
We all combining our vote. He had the idea of us being more monolithic and selling our packaging all our vote to one of the parties and whoever would give us the most. That's
So so
that's kind of where I stand.
here's the flawed concept. The flawed concept in that is that you have to remember, if you choose to sit out, then you are basically giving the election away to whoever is going to be the most corrupt with it, right? If you understand what's going on right now, these Republicans are so afraid of these midterm elections that they are literally taking votes, taking the right for people to vote away. And it's like we look at that as a small thing. It's like, yeah, that's pretty bad. But there is no but. That's the worst thing that you
Democrats
can
doing the
do on
same
America.
thing though.
Nope, 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 fuck that. Nope, nope, nope. Don't want to hear that. That is not. Watch this. If you are saying the Democrats are doing the same thing, you're talking about the fact that Democrats are trying to gerrymander as well. The reason that the Democrats are trying to gerrymander is because of the fact that the Republicans did it in 2 or 3
What
states.
does gerrymander mean?
Gerrymander means where you change the drawing maps of the areas
That's
so
not what I.
that.
Yeah, but that's not what I was referring to. But go ahead.
Okay, so what were you referring
I
to?
was referring to the Democrats are doing the same thing by trying to allow illegal people to be able to vote.
Ain't nobody, man, God, get that shit out of here, bruh.
That
Ain't no illegal voters. Ain't no illegal voters. Ain't
that's not
no
true.
illegal voters.
You're
Ain't no illegal
allowing
voters.
people that don't have legal. If you're allowing people to get IDs, identification that's not even legal, and you want to tell me they
Dude,
don't have that they can't vote,
dude,
then that's just not
dude.
true.
You can't vote just because you have a driver's license.
What
You
do you mean?
cannot vote just because you have an ID.
Where do you register? I never registered to vote in my life. What are you talking about? I never went and registered. Once I turned a certain age, I got a letter in the mail that was addressed to, and that was it. And they said, "This is your voting location."
They
I
only
never
do that for
registered to vote.
citizens. They only do that for citizens.
I'm okay.
And that's that miseducation that they keep throwing around because it just sounds good and it's just easy to pick up on. But
I
illegal,
just think I do believe in voter corruption. I think that just because I can't prove it, I'll stand quiet on it because I can't prove it. But what I will say is I do believe that you can vote and be illegal. I'm
but
sure that there are ways that they're doing it. Obviously, I can't prove it.
so
So
once again, this is something that you heard somewhere because I'm sure you didn't come up with the
no,
concept when you were
whether I heard
young.
it or not, I thought about it and it makes sense to me.
Okay,
So
it makes sense.
yeah,
Sure.
go ahead.
So a concept that you have contemplated makes sense
Yeah.
versus something that is actually being done.
Right. Well, it's something that we can prove. Because we can't say that other one
You,
is not
but
being done.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you can't prove it, it doesn't exist.
I don't
So
agree
we
with
have to
that.
treat.
I mean,
So,
I
but
just don't.
okay, but so then my question: how is it that you can feel so strongly about a conspiracy
Uh-huh.
over something that is happening in droves and
In
is
real life.
getting worse and is intensifying on a national stage in front of you? That's
Same
my
way,
point.
same way. Reza Islam is feeling like this. His conspiracy is reality as well. Just like the
Okay,
prompt that we're talking about, he believes that his conspiracy is reality as well.
okay, but you also have to think about the fact that the the topics that he's speaking about, he doesn't go against something else that has been proven and verified. If he
Uh,
doesn't
uh,
have something
no, I'm
that's
not
been
going against them. I'm not going against. I hold on. Let me, or maybe we lost somewhere in translation. I agree with you that the Republicans are trying to eliminate people's ability to vote or make it difficult, and I think that's wrong. So I stand with you in that. I just also believe that Democrats do things that are immoral that I
Okay.
just strongly disagree with, and it's almost like that's why I want to go down this road because it's always going to end with who is the worse or evil. You and your opinion is this evil is better than this evil, and I just be like, honestly, I be disagreeing. I be believing that the Democrats be worse than Republicans in a lot of different ways, and a
But
lot. And for my personal opinion, when I started to go down, like I'm confident enough to say now I've liked five things that Donald Trump has done in this presidency. I can point to opposed to the things
Hold
that I
on, because
said about Obama.
I want you to list these 5 things, but I want to get these comments off.
Oh, okay.
Joey Cake said, wait, I love my Stanley Cup. It keeps my drinks cold for days. I didn't see the hype either until someone brought me one. Uh, DJ Do It sounds like us black folks don't believe fat meat greasy until they taste it. FA needs civil rights taken to be out on the streets and live in the Jim Crow before he go vote. Joey Cake said, OMG, come on, bro. You really believe that? There are no illegal voters, period. And DJ Do It said,
No, do
hot
you
damn
really believe
FA.
that? But go ahead.
DJ Do It said, hot damn FA, I can't believe you. And Gemini
Right.
Smiley said, there are illegals voting
Oh,
voters.
wow.
There are illegal voters.
Wow, wow.
Uh,
But see,
yeah.
see, see, don't be so democratically
I can't.
indoctrinated or programmed to the point
Okay.
where you're not open to the idea that things are not even possible. I just told you I'm not going to argue with you because I don't have an argument. I'm literally telling you this is just what I think. And
But you
I
said you
don't think
like
it's
5 things Donald
so.
Trump did. What are
Not
the?
right. Yeah, I
Okay.
will.
What?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
before he goes there, I this is what I need you to understand about me, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, I am going to make an informed decision based upon information that is being presented.
Sure.
To say that you can't tell me that and you didn't say this, whoever was in the comments, you can't tell me you don't believe any illegal immigrants are voting. Well, my response to that is show me. It's as
I think
simple as that. I don't
okay.
give a fuck about what everybody heard, seen, thought about. I am an individual that I need to see. You can't get me to go down road A or road B if both of them are dark. I'm going to
Right.
go down the one that has lights so I can see what the danger is.
Right.
And that's just the bottom line. And the fact that
That's
there are
just where
people,
we differ, though. I just think that's just where we differ. I think that it is you can be an individual that things can make sense to you, and you just may not have access to being able to prove it, right? I think it's convenient for a person to say prove it, right? When they're just a mere human that they're not in these rooms. That's like saying, yeah, prove that these billionaires are doing X, Y, and Z or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
no,
I'm
that
just
shit,
saying, like in certain
it can be
instances, no,
proven.
I can't prove it, but I got eyes. I
But,
got
but,
eyes. You know what I'm
but
saying?
what, okay, but what are your eyes showing you that makes your conviction so strong? That's my question.
Not my
What?
convictions, or at least my opinion on this particular topic.
Well, that's a conviction. That means that you're
Right.
doubling down on
I mean,
your,
it's not
you know.
strong. It's not so strong though. I just told you. I just what I believe. I'm not. It's
No,
not
but
really
name the five.
strong.
Name the
All
five
right.
things, FA, that you said you.
Oh man. Okay. Start with this. I like when he first came in here. He broke it back down to two genders, and he said we weren't gonna have all of this, and he even threatened states that if they did not take that stuff out of their curriculum, that they was gonna lose federal funding. He did that in like the first week. So I really did like that, especially that I have a small child that's in these school systems. Secondly, I love the fact that he went to Venezuela and got that evil man out of office. You got people. You got people in the 21st century in Venezuela starving, dying from starvation, which is insane. That we live in the 21st century. it's one of the ways that's almost damn near impossible to die is starvation, and I mean, it should be because the abundance of food that we have. This guy was a tyrant. He was a dictator. He was a very evil person. I just want to let you know. So I do
What's his
like the
name?
fact that they ran in there. Huh?
What's his name?
Something with an M, Mandela, Mendoza, or something. I can't really remember.
Something like that.
Something
Okay.
like that. But they got him. They got it. Even if I didn't know his name, why would that matter?
Because I'm trying to figure out where you got the information about him being so horrible to the people.
Venezuelans. They got hundreds of media outlets where they were cheering and celebrate. Hold on, you didn't see the parade that they threw when they came and got the president, and how the
I
Venezuelans were cheering.
I
You didn't
also
see that?
saw people cheering for Donald Trump as well.
That's what I'm saying. They were cheering for Donald Trump for coming to get the president out.
But my point is, there could possibly be other people on the other side that were not
No, I
happy
didn't
about
see
him
none of
getting.
that. I've seen millions. I've seen literally. First of all, I know Venezuelans personally,
Okay.
and I know how some of them had to even go into prostitution. They was telling them because they were so poor because they couldn't feed their family. The conditions in Venezuela for the Venezuelan people were horrific. So
Yeah,
do your own research if you don't know.
fair enough.
Second,
Yeah.
thirdly, because I am a Christian, yeah, my Lord and Savior, I love the fact that on Christmas Day that they have been slaughtering, these Muslim extremists have been slaughtering Christians in Nigeria for the past like 6, 7 years, and not Donald Trump led a strike against Nigeria, this Islamic extremist. I think they killed over 7,000 Christians in the past year. I don't know the numbers, but it was a lot. It was a lot of people that they were slaughtering over there. And he went over there and bombed Nigeria with the aid of not with the aid of Nigeria against some of these Islamic extremist groups against the Christians. That's four. The
Okay.
fifth one I could say was damn, what was the last one that I liked that he did? Um, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just go to that because I had a stronger one, but I can't fully remember it. But but I do like this one in Iran too. I do like the fact that when I see all these Iranis and they talking about how they have been how they've been horrifically being treated in the women over there and how they not allowing them to read and do all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? How he went over there and now he may have had a different agenda for
Mm.
why he did it. I'm not, but I don't really care about that. I care about the fact that you got people celebrating in the street because the people in Iran were celebrating in the streets too. They were just as happy as the people in Venezuela, and they were matter of fact, there was people in Iran begging for Donald Trump to bomb Iran. They were begging. They said keep bombing Iran because they trying to get rid of that leadership in that regime. So that's five. I can probably name like two more, but I need time to think about it.
DJ Dewitt said FA's a Trumper. Joey Cake said, Didi, please turn
Don't
his
be a
mic
bully,
off.
man. Don't be a bully, man. See, you guys are becoming the evil. Y'all pray for freedom of speech, and then when you don't agree, you label me, and you try to label. I'm not a Trumper, okay? I'm just not that. I understand some of them may be jokes and fun, but we gotta stop becoming the people that you fake condemn. You condemn these people, and then you become these people. So you're being a bully right now too by trying to call me a Trumper, by trying to discredit the things. How about you contest the things I said? How about you say, forget all those things you just said was irrelevant. I don't care about that. Forget them Christians that was dying in Nigeria. They still dying today. Forget that. I don't care about them. Say that. Don't say I'm a Trumper. Just say that.
He said, FA, you're a Trumper dude. Rashad, do you want to respond?
The
It'll be hard to refute any of them things I said. I already know.
Yeah.
well, let's be honest, right? Um, this is
And my 401k is also doing very well. My stock portfolio. My stock portfolio is also doing very well, by the way.
so
But I'm not gonna
okay.
get into that.
So let me pull back real quick. Okay.
Gas is higher, but that
Let, let,
As
happens.
hell,
let,
so are the grocery
let
prices.
me pull back. Let me pull back. My concern when Trump got into office was the fact that it reflected an America that was showing that we are okay with whoever is being oppressed, as long as we get a positive benefit from it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I also like the ICE too. That was another thing. That was one of the things. I do support and approve ICE. Now, but go ahead. And like the removing of illegal immigrants.
The six
Criminals.
topics
But go ahead.
well, they weren't going for criminals. They were just
No, I'm
out.
saying all of them are criminals. If you come in the country illegally, then you committed a crime, which then constitutes you as a criminal.
But
Right?
based upon the American law, there are many of those criminals that came for purposes seeking asylum, and they were going through the process
Fair enough.
of
I'm not talking about that. That's why I specified the
but
ones that were criminals.
but they were also getting the people that were going through the process as
Yeah, I
well.
know. I think it's going. I, I'm okay with that because I do believe that there will be casualties in everything that you do. Right? Like sometimes I'm a black man and I walk down in America and I might get stopped because I might match the lookout. Right? And it's not always done with malicious intent, but because I know it's not always done with malicious intent, but because I know I live in America, I may be, I may become victim of the process, or I might get caught up in stuff that I may be completely innocent of. But hey, it's what they call the casualties of war. It happens sometimes. If you want to get something done, it's not gonna always look pretty. Everything ain't gonna be perfect about it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm okay with the mixing up some of the people that were actually citizens and they got pulled in as well. I'm okay with that. I mean, mistakes happen. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying? As long
so
as they apologize and make things right,
apologize. All right. Well, you
or
got to
or try to make things right, or what I don't know, but like you know what I'm saying? It happens. I mean, come on, y'all.
you, you got to remember they're killing people.
I know I
There's
was
a
okay with,
complete
especially the one in Minnesota. I was definitely okay with that death. But
so
go ahead. The lady, we was talking about the lady.
That's the
I was. She tried to run over the dude with the car. I was okay with that.
how was she?
So we ain't got to
So
go into that, but I'm just
so
telling you, I was
here's the
okay
deal.
with
No,
that.
no, no. Here's the deal. I'm not going into that because it's just so much. This, yeah.
There's a
But
lot to unpack.
you have to understand, based upon the statistics,
Yeah.
there are somewhere around 20% of these violent criminals that have been deported by ICE.
Okay, great.
Out of the 100,
Percent.
a lot of these have been children. They have been people seeking asylum, trying to become a part of the system, and non-violent, individuals, right? My
Criminals are not
issue,
limited to violence, but go ahead.
well, I mean, non-violent, non-criminals outside
No,
of
no, I'm
coming
saying
here,
you're
outside.
specifying criminals as non-violent criminals and violent criminals. I'm saying you don't have to be a criminal. The only
No,
way to be a criminal is not just being violent.
no, I agreed with that. I
Oh,
said to
okay.
your point because all of them who are here, to your point, are criminals, right?
Yeah,
So fine, but
legally.
they rushed into that without putting a plan together.
Okay, you may not. Okay, you may not like that. How was it necessary?
No,
So
how is it
illegal?
necessary?
No,
How
no, no.
many,
So kicking
how
out
many,
illegal immigrants
how
is not
many
necessary.
illegal, how many illegal people do you know? Have you come across? Have you seen commit
Right.
crime? How big of an issue
I
was
don't
that?
need to know. I don't need to.
How big of an issue was
We
it?
got to stop limiting it to.
How big of an issue
That's
was
a
it?
straw man. But go ahead.
How big of an issue was it?
How big of it's a large issue. I think black unemployment is low. I'm about to tell you why. Black unemployment is low. I can even show you a video by the man, by the prompt, the guy Rizza Islam, who was on
Right.
the original prompt.
Sure.
He has many videos about how illegal immigrants and the influx and the opening of the gates affect directly the black community in America.
That
So
okay. I will definitely go look, but I got to be
I
honest.
sent it to you.
I
Yes.
don't know any black folks that are affected. Now I know I don't know a lot
Right. I
compared to
mean, but
all
why?
of us.
So why say it?
Well, I
Because
say what?
why does it matter if you know a lot? I mean, oh, you don't know any. You don't.
Very
You're very
simple. Because
small.
in order for this to be a serious issue, it's
You need
got
to
to
know.
affect somebody
No,
that I know.
no, that's not true. That's not
Then
true.
how, bruh? I can tell you this: any major issue that I consider an issue in America,
Right.
I know someone that's impacted by it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I'm gonna be a Democrat for a second. Then a lot of the Latinos, um, isn't a lot of the Latinos, didn't a large percentage of the Latinos vote for Donald Trump?
They did.
Yeah, they
Okay.
did.
Okay, cool. Watch this. Uh, isn't it one of the largest arguments, at least from the Democratic Party, was that those Latinos were tricked and they voted against their own interests?
Yeah.
They did.
Oh, okay, cool. So why do you think isn't one of the reasons why they said that, or at least one of the explanations that the Latino community gave was because they did not want illegal immigrants coming in this country illegally when they came through the process legally?
Well, yes,
And it was because of resources, and they believe and they fear that they will lose out on a lot of opportunities to be able to thrive in this country through this massive influx of illegal immigrants that look like them.
but you said something. They
What?
feared. They
No, no,
didn't.
no. But these things are just numbers, Mom. I mean, food is numbers. If I got 10 pieces of fish and I gotta feed 10 people, and now I gotta feed 100 people, that's a reasonable fear. Okay. Now
But
I got less product or whatever to be able to give to the masses. Less people get
so
these things.
okay, so fair enough. But you also have to understand that Democrats don't just want illegal immigration. No one
No,
has
no.
ever
I was
said
just
that
talking
we
about one
want.
particular thing. Yeah.
Right. And so the thing about it is, we don't mind addressing the illegal immigration issue. And let's be honest, this is something that is not talked about, which is also a problem with the Democratic Party. But
That Obama
when
deported more. That
he
Obama
actually
deported
he
more
he
illegal
he
immigrants
he
than Donald
deported
Trump has.
he deported some,
No,
and
deported more. I want y'all to know that. Deported
I,
more.
I don't know. It's not more as of now. It initially it was, but
Oh,
not now.
okay. You might be
Not
right.
now.
I don't know the current
Right.
numbers.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
No. But here's the other thing. The Democrats were trying to pass legislation to strengthen the border situation, and the Republicans continue to vote against it. Now, this is
What do you know
documented,
about
and
that?
you can go look at it. It's fine. You can look this up. This is what people don't understand. It's a game.
Probably was how it was packaged. I mean, I
No, no,
think
no,
that's
no, no. There
convenient
is
how
no
you saying
problem.
that.
No, there is no probably how it was packaged. I'm telling you, it was clear
So the
cut.
Republicans' number one like argument, I mean, the number one speaking point for the past 6 years has been about the border and illegal immigrants. And you're telling me this is what you want me to believe.
Yep,
This is what you want me to believe that
yep,
the Democrats created legislation to strengthen the border.
yep.
What you call strengthen, I don't even know what that means, but
That's
you
fine.
know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
you're considering it strengthening the border. And the Republicans said, nope, I know this is what we want, but no, we're not gonna sign it. That's what you
They
want me to believe
didn't.
that.
They didn't approve it. She did see. She said it when they were going back and forth during Trump.
I
They
know,
didn't
So,
I
approve
know.
it.
I'm saying what y'all what y'all are
but
not.
no, but
What I'm
yes, I
smart
need
enough
you.
to know is when you use these words that don't make it true. I don't know what strengthens mean. When you just says it strengthens the border, it applies that I agree that it's actually good for the border.
Okay, but here's the
You see
deal,
what I'm
right?
saying? You
I
considering it strengthen don't mean
sure
that I would consider it strengthening.
that's fair enough, but I'm just telling you, right? I mean, if you're interested, it's out there. It's public
I'll look it
information,
up.
right?
I'll look it
But
up.
No,
here's the deal.
she did say that there was a proposed something proposed for border patrol, and the Republicans turned it down. She did
Yeah,
say
So
I
that
know they
when
do
they
it
were.
all the time.
what? No. So here's the deal.
That don't mean I
Republicans.
might like it. It's
It's
your proposal may be something I don't like.
dude. It's all about gameplay.
Right.
The reason that the Republicans don't actually fix it, because you have to think about this, FA,
Yeah.
they have had control. Republicans have had control for over a decade. What have they been complaining about that has actually been fixed? Absolutely nothing. They have had complete control. And this is what people have to understand. The Republicans don't want to make anything better because they rule through fear.
And the
They
Democrats
rule
do,
through
right?
fear.
And the Democrats want to make things better.
Well, here's the thing. There's two types of better, right? The Republicans want things to be better for the rich. The Democrats want things to be better for the majority of everyone,
I
right?
disagree with that. But go
That
ahead.
okay? Tell me why.
I don't think they really care about middle class either. Okay, let me ask you this.
No, everything they were doing
I
was for
really don't.
small businesses.
I
Small
just don't. I
businesses is
don't
the middle
agree. Hold
class.
on. What's the Arab dude, or maybe Indian, the mayor of New York,
Oh,
Bengali or something like
Mungati,
that?
something like
Mamdani,
that. Yeah,
Mamdani.
Didn't he run? Did he run as a Democrat?
he did.
Yes.
Didn't he run under the belief, or like kind of what you just said, where they kind of want to make it better for all people?
Yeah.
Didn't he raise the taxes for the middle class right as soon as he got in that motherfucker? And now the middle class is suffering right
I
now.
didn't hear that. Where you heard
Nobody's
that
suffering in
from?
New York, bruh.
Are you serious?
Where you heard
Bruh,
that from? My mama lived in New
bruh.
York.
It was
I
not the
will.
middle class. He raised it. He raised it on the upper
No,
class. It
he
was the
didn't.
upper class.
No, he added
Okay.
a tax. No, he added a tax to the upper class. But just, I don't want to go on this because I don't have enough of my own facts to
Sure.
support this. But just,
Yeah,
I know this for sure that he rose taxes for middle class. Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't.
Did he
I
make?
was
He
gonna.
said he was going to make the buses free. Did he make the buses free?
Well, that's a.
Yeah,
I'm sure a
and the price of the
process.
bus actually went. He said the bus is going to be free.
I'm sure
Oh,
That's
there's
what
a
he
oh,
said.
process.
wait. Are we bringing? Are we doing that? Is,
No,
is
no,
that
no,
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 right?
no. I was just saying this to support. I'm not trying to
I
nitpick.
got you,
I'm
DJ.
just
Do
trying
it.
to
I'm
say
sorry.
this to support. Oh no, he said he's gonna make the buses free.
Hold on, because we do got some comments. Gemini Smiley said, "I bet everyone would be with Trump if they got a check." Joey Cake said, "Wow,
Niggas
just
will.
wow." DJ Dewitt said, "And there it is. Only thing a Trumper would say: gas might be high as hell, but my 401k is great." Fa, go ahead and get that red hat, my guy.
If I
Pecan
liked
Brown
it,
with
I
the
would get
wow.
one.
Joey, DJ Dewitt said, "Fa, say you will not replace us." Gemini Smiley said,
What?
"Depopulation."
Hold on, say that again.
He said, "Say you will not replace us."
I
Um,
would not replace us. I don't know what that
DJ,
means. You trying to say
He,
I'm
he,
brainwashed or something?
no, he's trying to say that you are. That's the chant that the white boys say when they're marching down the street.
Oh, yeah,
DJ
that's
Dewitt
crazy work.
said they did. Joe Biden introduced it during the State of Union in 2024. A senator from Oklahoma wrote it, who is a Trumper. The Trumpers turned it down. The rest is history. And he said, no, he did
I
not
know I
do
need
that.
specifics though, but go ahead.
He raised it on the billionaires.
So here's the deal. So the plan was to raise the city income tax by 2 percentage points, from 3.8 to 5.8 for individuals earning $1 million or more.
Okay.
That's not the middle class.
No, that's fine. Keep reading. That's fine.
Okay. I mean, this would represent a
So
51%.
you saying he did not raise taxes for the middle class at all? Is that what you're saying? Or property
Well,
taxes?
no. So when it comes to there was a city, well, this represented 51% in the city tax rate. Let's see what it says about anything else.
Yeah, the bus is free.
Oh,
Well,
gosh.
that's a whole different thing.
No,
I
I'm
gotta
saying I
pull that
think a
up.
lot of his. No,
You
no, I want you
gonna
to finish,
focus on
but
that one
no, I
thing,
want you
though.
to finish. No, I don't. I'm not a New Yorker, so I don't remember all the promises.
That's what I'm gonna ask my mom. She's from New
Yeah, yeah,
York,
yeah,
so
yeah.
she'll be able to tell me. Because she would have been fussing about that, and she didn't fuss about that. So
Okay,
I'm gonna have to
ask
ask
her.
her.
She might not be aware. He made a lot of. He actually made a lot of like outlandish promises. Actually, he actually did,
I
but I
mean, he
can't
ain't
just
no
remember
different
them all.
than. I mean, he ain't no different than in every other. I mean, your man's in office
Politician.
made. I mean, he made a lot of promises
I
too.
know, but that's the point I'm trying to make. But they, I just, again, you got to remember this. They always paint the Republicans as immoral, which I agree. But they try to paint the Democrats as more moral, which I disagree. I
Okay.
think
Well,
they're just as
so when you say
immoral. That's
disagree,
just all
okay.
I be saying.
Here we go. Here we go. Watch this. Right. The reason,
And
if
then
he would have been trying to tax the upper class or the middle class, the reason he was doing that was to help reduce the budget, was to help reduce the deficit. That is balancing a budget.
No, no,
Yes,
no. That's not.
sometimes
But that's
you.
not what he told the people, though.
What do you
See,
mean? It's
you
not what he
try
told the
to.
people.
That's not what he
He.
told the
Oh
people.
no, he told the people that he was going to balance the budget. Yes, he did. He told the people he was going to balance the budget.
And
Yes,
what
he
does that mean?
definitely did that.
Oh, now you playing word games like you don't
Oh
know
my
that.
gosh, y'all
Now
two
it's
are
so
funny.
funny though, but it's that's clever of you. But you know that most people are ignorant, and that when they hear that, the average person wouldn't know what that meant, or they wouldn't know what that would actually entail. And see, that's very manipulative. How you just try to play that, like you don't
Help
know that
me
most people are ignorant.
understand why raising taxes on people that are making more than $1 million
Right?
means that he was being
No,
manipulative
I'm not
when he
arguing
said
with
he
you.
was going to balance the budget.
No, you just said that he raised the taxes against the middle class because they was going to have to balance. So a part of him being
No, I
able
didn't
to.
say against the middle class. No, I didn't say against the middle
You're
class.
saying balancing the budget was going to be accomplished by raising the taxes on the millionaires?
I said when he ran on the platform that he was going to balance the budget. That's what I said.
How was he going to do that?
I
He just
don't
told you
remember.
it.
I don't remember. But here's my thing. I don't remember exactly as he was on the campaign trail what he was saying. But what I am reading is that he raised the taxes on people that made more than $1 million.
And that's the only thing. And that's the only thing that he
That's
raised.
the only thing that I've found so far.
Okay, well we're gonna have to press pause on this and come back to this another day because this was a good conversation. Uh, people, drop your final thoughts. Give them to me now. Give them to me now.
I think
I'm,
that my final thoughts is, I think they became bullies. I really do. I think that to answer the prompt directly, I do believe that there is some agenda with population control. I just don't think that that is far-fetched. I do believe. I remember when Bill Gates many years ago said that we're starting to have a population crisis where
Mm-hmm.
we're actually starting to have too many people, which I actually think is ridiculous because, like, I want to say like 90% of the earth is like kind of, or maybe 30%, 80% of the earth is actually not populated by like
Is it
humans. It's a larger
80%?
portion of the earth where there is
Oh.
like people not living there or whatever. But the point
so
is,
so I think what you're trying to say is that
there's a lot of room.
if you get all of the people in the world, you can fit them inside of Texas.
Yeah,
I
something
think
like
there are
that.
people all over. There are people. I don't know if there's much uninhabited.
No, there's a
However,
lot of
there is still
uninhabited. Some of it is just because simply the terrain and stuff is not livable.
more
Right,
livable. Yes,
right,
yeah.
right. But there's also, we can make anywhere livable though. You always remember. Well, for the most part, we can. For the
No,
most part, we can.
that's not true. But
For
okay.
the well, but nonetheless, I think the final prompt is, I do believe that there is a population control agenda. I don't have a lot of information on it, but I'm just not surprised that the elites would want to eliminate poor people, or you know what I'm saying. That's just not far off. And as far as the LGBT bullying Little Mama, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
I think it aligns just with these Democrats that if you say anything that you like that Donald Trump did, they'll try to bully you too and say you're a Trumper and stuff like that. I think it is very disheartening that a lot of us black people, when it comes to Democrats, we're so controlled and conditioned that our natural reaction is, if you say anything, we got to condemn you, right? And it's kind of turned into the LGBT community as well. If you say anything against them or you disagree with, they'll villainize you too. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, Rashad spoke on being programmed, and I see the programming. I do. I believe you, and I see the programming in these Democrats, man. I see it and I also see it in Republicans as well. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Democrats are so self-righteous, man. Y'all are so self-righteous, man. Y'all don't really see y'all problem. Y'all can point out the Republicans' problem, but y'all don't see. So do you agree? Let me just ask you this as a Democrat, Rashad. Do you agree with your fellow Democrats in the comment that when I listed 5 things that I like that Donald Trump did, that should warrant the insultive language of now I'm a Trumper and or I'm a Proud Boy. I should chant the same thing as a Proud Boy. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree. And
Oh,
that's
okay.
here's the misconception.
I'm not
Whenever
listening, by the way. And I like
No,
the
no,
comments, y'all.
100%. But
But
here's
not
my
come off
thing.
for the comments. For the comments, I
Yeah.
like it. But go ahead.
Oh, he said final thoughts. F.A. a Trumper.
Look.
Nah, you have your
So
opinion,
so
bro.
so so here's my thing. The biggest issue is that people who are either
I got you,
Republicans,
Pecan Brown.
people who are either Republicans or people who have problems with Democrats, right? They don't know how to focus. And when I say they don't know how to focus, if there's a Democrat that is trying to address the elements of displeasure that are coming from the Republicans, they never address what is being discussed. It's
Okay.
always, yeah, well,
Well, what that got? So I'm
but
not a.
that one.
Well, I want us to stay on topic because I'm not a Republican and I'm not
I didn't say you
defending.
were.
I
I
know, but
didn't.
I'm not also defending the fact that they don't stay on topic and they try to change and distract. So I'm not in support of that either. I'm going to talk about how you just seen on full display the wickedness, the programming of this,
Hey,
your
Harlem.
Democratic friends and them doing this Cody's and they doing the same thing that they wish
So
it
let,
wasn't done to them.
so let's be honest. Let's be honest, right?
There we go.
Everyone has short-term memories.
I agree with that.
Democrats have not been traditionally on attack mode. They have
Right.
not. Democrats were normally the ones that were always in a position, even when it comes to debates. We were always the ones that were looking for the balance. But over the time, the Republicans have just gotten more and more aggressive with their insults. Remember, all of this started with the insults coming from the Republicans. You can see that through the people, you can see that through the politicians.
Okay.
The Democrats are now in a position to just where they've gotten tired of always being shitted on and going the high road. And
So
so
did I
now,
say something that shitted on the Democrats to prompt them to say what they just said?
but you have to understand, it's not directed at you because here's my
FA.
point. Here's my point. Here's my point. Because their interactions have been with other people that they have had dialogues with that they have gotten tired to the point. Because I assure you, DJ Do It and all these other dudes, they haven't been just going this hard for the Democrats over the last 10, 15 years. I mean, I wasn't pushing, this level of aggression for the Democrats this entire time, but we've gotten tired of trying to debate. And number one, the people that we're attempting to debate with, they don't want resolve. They just want to debate for the sake of
I guess
debating.
I'm only speaking for myself. You
A
know what
hundred
I'm
percent.
saying?
And all I'm saying is you catching strays from other scenarios that occurred,
So you
right?
got people emotionally that
A
in their
hundred
feelings
percent.
and they responding out of emotion to
It
past experiences and not what I'm actually saying.
100%. 100%. It's not you because
I don't think I own it. I'm
man,
not very
well,
manly, but
Well,
you know, it's
I mean,
cool.
let DJ do answer. Pecan Brown said on another note, can we shout out Morehouse class of 2026? Big shout out to the Maroon Tigers.
Shout out.
578 black men graduating from
Mm,
college. What an awesome experience. And my nephew was one of them. Girl, I was giving out shout outs on Sunday. You should have called me.
nice,
I would have gave
nice,
him a shout
nice.
no,
out. But shout out to your
100%.
nephew. Yes,
100%.
Morehouse. DJ Duke
100%.
said, final thoughts number two. By letting us know he has a bankroll in that 401k, FA that secretly pissed off billionaire getting taxed.
I didn't
He
say I
said,
had a bankroll.
give me some damn money, FA.
I ain't got no money. What I said was my I did say 401k, but I meant to say that my stock portfolio was doing better. And I do know that there has been a large influx of the black community opening up stocks and getting into that. And I know that a lot of us are benefiting. I don't like to use words like a lot. I would say that there are black people benefiting from the newfound interest in stocks. And that's something positive. You know what I mean? I can't act like it's not about me just gaining. If you opened up some stocks too, you would gain too. That's all I'm
I got
saying.
some
Like
stocks,
that's
FA.
all I'm
But,
saying. So
but
I
that
can't
was
act like
always,
if you
look,
can talk about if you could talk. No, I lost a lot of money when he
uh,
first got in. When he
who?
first got in, I lost a
No,
considerable
100%.
amount of money.
That
You know
is
what
my
I'm saying?
point. All it's doing is rebounding.
No,
That's
but I'm
it.
no, but I'm back up. Well, listen, we already
Yes,
know.
you're right. I'm
We
back up.
already
It's
know
a
that happens under
rebound.
every presidency, but typically, typically, under Republican presidents, regardless if it's Donald Trump or not, the stock market does better under
That's
Republican
not
presidents.
true, sir. That is not true, sir. Go
All
look it
right,
up.
all
All
right.
We
right,
were
y'all. Well,
thriving under President Obama, dude. We were thriving. And you got to
listen.
remember where
Yeah,
Bush
we was
left us off.
thriving, and my daughter was coming home asking me what was her teacher's. She was confused. We was
That's what it
thriving,
goes
though.
back to.
We
That's
were
the
thriving.
thing. We're gonna
You're
have to get
right.
on
We
that
were
topic
thriving.
a little bit later. But okay, hey, here's my final thought. Right?
Okay.
Um, we say we want free speech, but we don't allow free speech. We
Yeah,
are the biggest hypocrites in the entire world.
yeah.
We have a sense of entitlement that
Mhm.
we don't want to recognize, but we don't want anyone to take it away from us.
Yeah.
In other words, America has unhealed wounds that we are not able to face because everybody all around, we're hurting from something. And there's a phrase that says, hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
So all of these people are on the internet being evil, being disgusting, being nasty. They're
Yeah.
only doing that because they're projecting the pain that they have experienced from somebody else doing it to them.
Okay.
And
I believe
because
that.
of that,
Or they
we are
just
not.
nasty.
But here's the thing: nasty people are normally created.
I agree. I agree.
People aren't normally born nasty. Even Donald
Yeah.
Trump, he wasn't born nasty, but he had a terrible father
Mhm.
that objectified black people and all of these other things to the point that now that he has his chance, he went over there, he started the war that he lied about. We don't have an exit strategy. He took all of the intelligent people away from the government because he knows that he can't get away with what he's doing if you have intelligent people around you. We went over. He bombed. The very first thing he did, he bombed a school that we had bad intel on and killed 200 kids. And yet we refuse to accept the fact that we may be the villain in this situation.
What in Iran?
In Iran.
You're
Okay, watch this.
you
Let me
need to
help you out. Let
learn.
me help you
What
out
I'm
real
gonna say
quick.
is you
Let
need
me
to
help you
learn
out real
about
quick.
Islam if you think we the villains.
Here's the deal.
You must not be educated on
Let me ask you one question.
it. Hmm.
What has Iran ever done on American soil?
We're not. That's not. So when you're, although we're not officially a Christian nation, like on paper, but that's not how we govern morality. You